Hi, this is my lecture on the difficult supply and demand, basically supply and demand, um, that's covered in chapter 14. It includes both the short run, which you basically learn in chapter 4, and the long run impact of a comparative of some event occurring. Okay, so this is the let me put this title up here. Chapter 14 version of supply demand. It is found towards the bottom end or the later end of the chapter. Okay. And this is a section that I said I would cover after we cover chapter 4. So let's do this. This is what we have learned so far. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. I don't have my pen. So let's do this. So this is right here is the left plane is going to be firm level, and the right picture is going to be for the market level. And we at the firm level, we have a dollar sign because we're measuring costs and prices. And at the market level, we're basically only measuring prices. So I'm going to use P. The firm level, I'm going to use little q to signify that's the output for each individual firm. And for the market level, I'm going to use big Q to signify that's the market level output. For firm level, we're going to draw a U and a J that goes to the bottom of the U. And the U is average total cost, and the J is marginal cost. And we're going to have straight line. Right about here. And this is our price that is equal to average revenue, which is equal to marginal revenue. Okay. This is our price, and that is equivalent to our long run Y curve. And we have a demand curve, and we have a short run supply curve. That's short run supply curve and demand curve. And right here, we have to star for the level of output at the market level in equilibrium. Oh, 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 oh. Why is that disappearing? There it is. This is little q star. And in equilibrium, we have price equal to average revenue equal to marginal revenue. And also that is also equal to average total cost And what that means is profit is equal to 0. Okay? So this is all true right here in long run equilibrium. So right now, the picture that I have drawn, well, let's other things here. This is P star. This is also P star right here. P star. And that is equal to average total cost star. And yeah, I think that's it. Sorry. If I can move stuff around. Okay. Sorry, it took a bit of time. This right here is an example of the chapter 14 version of supply and demand in equilibrium. We have the average total cost curve for a firm. We've got the marginal cost curve for the firm, the U and the J. And right here where they cross, that's where the price, which is equal to average revenue, which is also equal to margin revenue, is crossing. And when they cross right here, that's where it's tangent to average total cost and marginal cost. So price, which is marginal revenue, equals marginal cost right here. That's how we determine the quantity that each firm is producing, Q star. Okay. And because price is equal to average total cost, profit is 0 right here. And this price, we continue on to produce at the market level that exact same price, whatever it is, $10 a slice of pizza, whatever that is the long run supply curve. And demand, whatever demand is, that crosses here at somewhere in the long run supply curve. And that is just dependent on how many pizzas or whatever product this is that the consumers want to buy. Okay, in this case, it's Q star. And at that crossing point, we have a short run supply curve as well. Okay, okay, so this is long run equilibrium. Now let's study this. And what we are going to do is first study what happens if we have a demand shock, something that influences demand first. Okay. And then next, I'm going to have a supply shock, something that impacts the supply side, the firm level side. So first, what we're going to do is impact the demand side. Let's suppose, I don't know, we have an increase in immigration to the United States. Okay, so we're going to do comparative statics. And the first thing we're going to do is study a demand shock, something that shifts the demand curve. Okay, for example, increase in immigration to the U.S. Okay, so if we have an increase in immigration to the U.S., the first thing that's going to do is affect demand. And what's going to happen in the chapter 14 version of supply and demand, we're going to have a short run effect and we're going to have a quote unquote long run effect. So we're going to see what happens to the market and what do firms do in the short run. And then eventually what happens in the long run. So let's do this. Okay. So the first thing that's going to happen is the demand curve is going to shift outwards. Okay. I'm going to call that D2. Demand curve moves out this way, okay? Okay. Oops. And when the demand curve moves out like that, the demand hits the short run supply curve, and that's what determines prices and quantity in the short run. Okay, so right here. Well, I don't like the arrow. Let's do this. Yeah. We're gonna have Q double star. Okay. And so what we see right now is when we have the demand shock, demand increases outwards and quantity at the marketplace increases. Okay? As well as the price. So let's continue on. So as well as the price. And so let me draw the new price. And that's going to cause, so this is the price, which is also equal to marginal revenue, where it hits marginal cost right there. We're going to have new production levels at the firm side there. So I think that is it. Price goes up, quantity at the market goes out, quantity at the firm level goes out, and profit goes up. So here, since price is greater than average total cost, profit is greater than 0. That's what happens here. Okay. Yeah. All right. Where average total cost is, oh no. And okay. All right. So let's talk about this. When we have a demand shock, increase in immigration to the United States, the demand curve shifts outwards from D demand to D2. We're not here anymore, we're up here. What that means is at the market level, you have an increase in price and increase in output. Okay. How is that accomplished? Each firm that exists in the short run, each firm that exists in this market they have to produce more to produce the Q double star. They have to produce Q little q double star. But that's fine for them because prices are higher, and where price hits marginal cost right here, that's how they determines their output. It hits average total cost down here. And so this section right here, they're making positive economic profit. Okay, so let me write that out. Um, price is greater than average total cost for firm. So profit is greater than 0. Q increases from Q single star to Q little q double star. Price increases from P single star to P double star. Okay, so they're making positive economic profit. At the market level, we have price increasing and we have quantity increases from Q single star to Q double star. Okay, so this is what happens in the short run. What happens next is that outsiders see these firms making positive economic profit. So they enter here into this market and sell this product. And they don't sell it at P double star. They sell it at a price slightly less than P double star to capture the whole market. So what they do is they start a price war. Okay. And when that first firm enters, then the second firm enters, and the third firm enter, all these firms enter and start undercutting each other. Okay. And that creates a price war until we're back to a situation where all firms in this marketplace earns 0 economic profit. Okay, so let me write this out. Outsiders see positive, see profit greater than 0 for firms, so they enter to compete and compete, produce, and start a price war. Okay? And this is shown by short run supply curve increasing. Okay? This is shown by short run supply curve increasing from to SRS2. So let me draw that. SRS2. There it is. SRS2. And so we have this. Oops. And then we have a new equilibrium right here with Q triple star. Okay? As these firms enter and they start a price war and they start undercutting each other, more people want to buy this product. So consumers are buying more. We ride down the demand curve and we get to a new equilibrium here where the price falls back from P double star to P single star, and the quantity increases from Q double star to Q triple star. Okay? increase quantity from Q double star to Q triple star, price falls with price war from P double star to P star. See what else happens. Okay. And at the firm level, what happens is nothing at the firm level changed. So all these firms, they used to be producing up here, but as price falls, the production of each individual firm falls back to Q single star. Level. As price falls, the output of each firm falls back to little q single star. Okay? So those are all of the impacts. Those are all of the impacts of a demand shock. You have first a short run effect that goes from this equilibrium, market equilibrium, up to this market equilibrium. And the long run impact is going from this market equilibrium to this market equilibrium. And at the firm level, you have basically output increasing from Q star to Q double star and going back down to Q star in the long run. Okay. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Oh, no, wait. This is, never mind. This is just, okay. So now what we're going to do is study a supply shock, let's say an increase in technology. All right. So let's do that next. I'm gonna have to start deleting stuff. So let's give me a second.